Hello everyone, how you guys doing? This is me, Redblade, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So the Fusion calendar is here, and it's Ugir the Wear meter. I hope I pronounced that correctly, or Ugir or Ugir, whatever. Anyway, first of all, we will see this total 110 fragments and there is 10 fragments from the leaderboard, so it means there is only 100 fragments which we can collect if we don't consider those tournament leaderboards which are in a winning cause, and we won't be winning so much tournaments and it's not so easy. So what I think about this is I totally hate it. Seriously, I hate it, and I'm not a person who likes to complain and stuff like that, but this is just not okay because they literally just take out champ chase, okay, and then they just I don't know why they what they are thinking or what's the experiments here. But the last time I remember they did something crazy was with Great Hoof Lorieka. On that, they just forced to summon rush, and I did that fusion as well myself, and it was one of the most skipped fusion. Like I talk with my clanmates, and there are like people who don't skip any fusion at all, and even a lot of those people they just skip the fusion because they think that it's not right, and I agree that it's not okay. Anyway, we will talk about our plan. Basically, there's no plan at all anymore because we have to do every single thing. So yeah, it's simple as that. Do everything what's written, and that's it. That's how you're gonna do the fusion. If you ask me if I'm going to fusion, just like a person who's a collector, I will definitely do the fusion. But I will not recommend you guys to do the fusion if you are like not good with managing your resources, or if you're not good with the patience to do fusion, because it's like exhausting to do every fusion for many people. And even I do fusion on multiple accounts. I have my brother's account as well, I have my own account, and even sometimes some of my friends they request me like, can you do some help in the fusion, like with the running tournaments overnight, etc., and I help them as well. So I do it on multiple accounts, like mostly on two accounts, mine and my brother's account, but it kind of get hectic sometime, quite hectic. Anyway, we are not here to rant. We are just sharing our thought, and just this champ chase removal is like a slap in the face for people who are dedicated to the fusions, just like me. I know a friend of mine, Narf. He is on Discord. We talk a lot, and that guy also do all fusion, and I'm damn sure that he must be pissed as well, just like most of us. Well, anyway, there are few new champions in the game, so we will see their kits now. First of all, check the kit of this new fella, Ugir. So, attack one enemy, has 100% chance of stealing a random buff from the enemy. Also has 100% chance of placing a block buff debuff on enemy for 2 turns. That's actually a pretty nice one. His base speed is good, defense is okay, and HP is decent as well. Some base resistance is always nice, but yeah, that's a nice A1 to start with. A2, AoE, 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown of removing all buffs from all enemies. Okay, so that's a buff strip. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Timid was also kind of like a buff strip, and now this is also a buff strip, Earth Puncture. So I'm assuming, is this a sign or something? Because there is a content which is pending, if you remember the content which is bigger than the Doom Tower, and we are all hyped up about that. So is there like some kind of mechanism where we need to strip buff or something? Because back to back fusions like this, it's kind of sus, I can say. Like I remember Biwald, people been skipping him. I did him because I find that weak hit debuff can be land. That mechanism was kind of unique, so I wanted to do such fusion on unique champions. And after that fusion is done, they just nerfed the DK head, and now he can be provoked. And people were like, "Oh my god, I should have done the Biwal fusion." Anyway, back to the kit. So Earth Puncture AoE buff strip, then also has 100% chance for placing a weaken. Okay, so A1 block buff, A2 strip and weaken. I would like it if it was a decreased defense instead of weaken, to be honest. But okay, that's okay. It could have been better because Madam series is still a top tier for that buff strip and then depth down and decrease attack. Anyway, let's not complain too much because it's on a 3-turn cooldown and it's a decent ability, I guess. A3, increase accuracy on all allies for 2 turns, book up to 3 turns. Also place increased defense on all allies with whose defense is higher than or equal to their attack. Okay. If allies' attack is higher than their defense, place increase attack buff on them for 2 turns instead. Okay, that's a decent A3, I guess. I mean, it's kind of underwhelming. You could have just put them both together, like this guy put 3 buffs simply, but they just make it 2 and kind of make the second one conditional. If it's like your attacks are low or equal to defense, then blah blah blah. Anyway, um, it's kind of okay. I'm not so impressed until now, and all the abilities are gone. So passive book, okay, it will be booked and it will be on the 1 turn cooldown. So simple. Whenever an enemy is revived, instantly activates Earth Puncture. If an enemy is revived by a champion from Lizardman faction, the effect of Earth Puncture cannot be resisted. This passive effect will only active when an enemy is revived using an active skill. Instantly activating Earth Puncture will not place this skill on cooldown. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will active. I mean, the part where it says irresistible made me think like, oh, if it was like a permanent irresistible passive, that then I would say this fusion is kind of crazy, kind of nuts. But Lizardman faction, is that enough? Because when it comes to Lizardman faction, I can think about that a new white Lego of Lizardman faction, something Seth or something. I can't remember correctly the name. But anyway, let me just maybe just check. Sulfurian. Okay, this guy. He can do that. But he don't like put any buffs on gems. So it can be more like Python with strengthen can be good for this, but only strengthen, is that enough? I don't know. But if it was like permanent irresistible, then it would be crazy good. Honestly, it could be really amazing for someone like a Duchess, with this increased accuracy, I guess. Like you pump up, I don't know, like 500 accuracy, and then there is this increased accuracy, which means 50% more. So it can be like 750 accuracy. So I mean, that would be really nice. My thoughts on the champion. The champion is okay. It could be very much better if they just make this passive like this, like it's irresistible. It would be crazy good. But anyway, still a nice champion, HP based champion. It can be like a support based champion as well. So there is some more new champions in the Dark Elf. Yeah, this mythical Ephidus the Hive Lord. Okay, why this guy gives me vibes of Amic? The the helmet of him, oh, he got like a really long braid, I guess. Anyway, attack one enemy, plays perfect wheel on ally with the highest attack. Okay, it's okay. Okay, A1. Not so something like too good. AoE before attacking, place increase attack buff on all allies, then increase the duration of all enemy debuffs. Hmm, alright. Treat and cooldown. AoE instantly activates any HP burn debuff on each enemy. If an enemy is not under any HP burn, place HP burn debuff on them for 2 turns on a treat and cooldown. That's actually simply a great move. He will activate the burn, and if there is enemy without burns, he will just put the burns, and it's a hit. So there can be some possibility of weak hits as usual, but that's a great move. Transform. Okay, there's a transformation. Each time this champion plays HP burn debuff, decrease the target defense by 3%, stack up to 30%. That's actually really good. For each HP burn debuff on the enemy teams, increase this champion's crit damage by 10%, stack up to 100%. So in arena, it will be 40% more crit damage, or it will be like constantly stacking. Yeah, probably constantly stacking. Whenever an enemy HP burn debuff activates, increase the champion's attack by 5%, stack up to 50%. This champion is kinda interesting. Reset each round. This champion's kinda interesting. Kind of like a nuker. His attacks are actually really nice. Like kinda really nice. So his second form. Wait, what? He 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 turns into Scarab King? What? What the hell? Okay, that's nice actually. Hmm. So his defense 1500, nearly 1500. Is that the highest I've seen until now? Or maybe it can be the highest. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure this is pretty high because I remember Valkyrie's defense is not this high. Anyway, let's see what you can do, Scarab King. Attack one enemy, please increase accuracy on the ally with the lowest accuracy. Weird, weird mechanism, and it makes no sense to me, to be honest. If we don't want accuracy on the champion, it means it must be probably a nuker and not a support champion or not a debuffer. So a champion with like base accuracy will make no difference with increased accuracy. So I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comment below if there is some use for this champion, because for me I don't think so. AoE plays stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn on a 3 turn cooldown, a single turn stun. That's okay, but it could be better if there was like stun for 2 turns to make him like, he's a freaking mythical, man. He's not a legendary. We don't want to settle on something just decent, you know? Plays 2 continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turn if no stun debuff were placed by this skill. Okay, so he can do this continuous heal on bosses, because I was thinking, oh, this kind of ability is kind of useless on the bosses. It's only about PvP, but okay, now it's PvP plus PvE. My thoughts, it's okay, not the best thing in the world. Place provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn on a 3 turn cooldown, and then place strengthen buff on the champion and increase defense big boy version on all allies. That's again a decent A3, but why is just decent, man? These are mythical champions. These are like extremely difficult to get. I'm not having a single mythical until now, even not even a bad one. So yeah, his first form was kind of strong, to be honest. Just this one is okay. When attacked, has 100% chance of placing weaken debuff and 35% chance of placing a stun debuff on the attacker. Now things are getting interesting. Increase this champion's defense by 1 point of every 2 points of attack when in their alternative form. So if we stack his attacks on this form, his attacks are kinda high as well, to be honest. If we stack the attack on this form, then we can actually gain a bunch of defense in this form. Is that how it's working? Then it's pretty interesting, because the one of the thing is how you want to build the mythical champion, because there are two forms which can be completely different, just like right now. But they kind of make a solution for this, and it's kind of great to know and to see, because they are also thinking how they make these champion viable, because there are some cases where people are using mythical just for one form, because they can't just make the champion a support and a nuker. So this champion's okay. Oh yeah, lizard man, okay. Hierophant Lazarus. I hope I pronounced that correct, or even if I don't, whatever. So decent defense, decent attack. Okay, it's like not the best thing in the world, but it's kind of a little bit unusual when you see champs with similar numbers on defense and attack both, because usually how it works is attacks are low and defense are high, and defense is low and attacks are high. But these are similar things, and it's a support champion. Okay, so this champion is like brood lord with a bigger height, and then the broodlord is wearing Dracomorph's wings. If you guys remember broodlord, this guy. So this guy in a bigger version with Dracomorph's wings. Where's Draco? You see the wings? That's how I think about this guy. Anyway, what's the alternate form? Ooh, Ramantu, is that you? Because he does look like Ramantu here. And he got like crazy good attacks, man. Damn. 103 speed. 115 speed. Okay, 115 speed I think is the fastest speed possible until now. So yeah, attack one enemy, place shield buff on most injured ally for 2 turns. What do you mean by injured ally? Wait, what? Because usually they say ally with the lowest HP. Anyway, the value of the shield is proportional to this champion's attack. Hmm, okay. Then AoE before attacking, place block debuff on all allies for 2 turns. Also decrease the duration of all buffs on all enemies. After attacking, place block buff on all enemies. Mm, that's some interesting skill on a treat and cooldown. Pretty nice. If it's a 2 turn cooldown, so he's more probably stripping the buffs from the enemies and then placing block buffs. That's a pretty nice skill. Fill the turn meter of all allies by 20 and then decrease the turn meter of all allies by 20. Okay, Lysandra kinda ability with place increase attack and strengthen. Increase attack and strengthen. Mm, that's a little weird combination. If it was like increase speed and strengthen, would make more sense with the turn meter fills and all. But anyway, well, so far until now the kit is kinda okay, just okay. I mean, I'm not so impressed until now. Okay, so the passive reality shift. 2 turn cooldown. Passive is at the start of this champion's turn, place perfect wheel buff and increase accuracy buff on them for 2 turns. Also, this champion received 3% less damage for every 750 attack. They have stack up to 30%. So wheel and increase accuracy, then this damage reduction. Damn, he can be kind of like a nuker and he can still protect himself. So that's kind of nice. And active effect at the end of this champion's turn, revive a random ally with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, and place a perfect wheel on the revived ally for 2 turns. Damn, that's a crazy skill right there. Crazy skill. So far, this is a really good on a 3 turn cooldown, a revive. I mean, it's pretty nice, I must say. Turn meter fill, buff stripe with block buff, shield, and then this passive is crazy. Just this passive is crazy about the support part of his kit. Okay, 25 speed in all battles. Thank you, Raid, for giving some attention to at least the mythical, because you make legendary champions into the epic level with the speed auras, like 90% speed auras. Anyway, the second form, the Ramantu form, what you gonna do? Please do something good because you look damn good, bro. Damn good. You look really nice. Attack one enemy 2 times. First hit increase the champion attack by 3%, stack up to 30%. Okay, that's pretty nice, I guess. Second hit decrease 3% of the target's attack or defense or destroy 3% of the target's max HP. Depending on their type, stack up to 30%. This effect does not work against support type champion. So I was about to think that what about support champion? And they were like, we gotcha, Red, we gotcha. Anyway, that's a decent A1. A2 AoE will ignore shield and increase defense buff. Before attacking, remove all debuff from this champion. Increase this attack's damage by 15% of each debuff removed. So that's kind of conditional. If no debuff were removed from this champion, increase this attack's damage by 50% for each alive ally instead. On a 3-turn cooldown, AoE will ignore shield and increase defense. Shield means um, he will say, I don't care about your bolster set, here I comes. But stone skin will be a thing still, and the reaction accessories can still be a thing, which are kinda the issue in arena, but will ignore shield. It would be nuts if it was ignoring, stone skin as well. But in arena, 45% more damage on this attack. It should hit like a cannon for sure. 4-turn cooldown, attack one enemy 2 times, will ignore ally protection, strength, and shield, as well as 30% of the target defense. Before attacking, steal 50% target stun meter. This effect cannot be resisted. This is pretty good. Like 30% defense ignore. Then there is more from savage or lethal set. Basically everything you are ignoring besides stone skin. Once again, if it was stone skin besides these, it would be a nutty ability, but after stone skin is gone, I'm sure this will kill the enemy for sure. This should hit like a cannon for sure. And his attacks in this form are really, really good. Passive, at start of this champion's turn, plays increase attack and increase crit damage buff for 2 turn. Okay, increase the cooldown of all enemies killed by 2 turn whenever this champion kills an enemy. Alright, that's a pretty nice passive, to be honest. If this champion kills 2 or more enemy in a single attack, this effect will only activate once. This effect cannot be resisted. Okay, I kinda really like this champion. So overall, I will say this champion was the best mythical out of 2 which they released recently. That was pretty nice champion, to be honest. And then in the end, there is this new rare Tribuck Colwyn defense based champion. Pretty nice defense for a rare. Pretty nice speed as well. Attack one enemy, plays weak version of increased accuracy on this champion. Okay. Attack one enemy, 50% chance of placing a stun. Okay, for a rare. AoE before attacking, plays weak version, weak source of increased defense on all allies. I mean, it's a fragment salmon, so there is no need of any of this. But I guess they want to increase the pool for the rares, because Pathfinder was a really nice rare. Shadowboard Trilak is one of the best rares so far. People love him. Not is OP rare with the revive. So this one's kinda niche, but whatever. Anyway, this is it for the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, also I've completed the path for Kira, so I kinda did her completed the path and got her. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.